What's up, everybody? It's Dank from DanKsDungeon, and we're on the road in Decatur. We have a special guest for today. Who is it? It's EzE, the electronics guy.
Thank you.
Also specializing in Wii U, and today he's going to be talking about Wii U. Come on down, Eric.
Thank
How
you.
you doing?
Thank you, Dank. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming here.
So am I the third guest?
I believe so.
Okay.
The third guest.
So today we're going to talk about, 5 great Wii U games to own for the system.
Excellent.
So I'm going to just first put down Mario Kart 8. This is...
Wait, whoa.
Okay.
Whoa, okay. Let's get a little background.
Oh, okay.
You
I'll slow it down.
are a collector of Wii U
Yes.
games, correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're going to do, so you're trying to collect the whole set.
Yeah, I'm trying to collect the whole set. It's been a journey.
Where are you at right now?
So there's for the Wii U, there's 168 titles available.
And these are, do these include bootleg games, or are we talking straight NES or Nintendo product here?
We're talking absolutely licensed product. So that is and that's one of the main reasons I was interested in collecting for the Wii U. Is it's a finite number. I mean, you're not dealing with collecting 1,000 titles.
Like NES is pushing what, 700-800?
NES would be very difficult to collect, very expensive. I'm trying to think of what's a NES? You know NES better than I do. What's like Little Samson?
Oh yeah, that's an expensive title.
Yeah. So
over here.
I was thinking, Dank, if I could start out with 5 great games. Let's say you don't own a Wii U. First of all, I should say,
let's say I'm interested in dipping a toe into the Wii U.
Oh, it's an excellent time to get in, because we relatively, on average, you can pick up a Wii U game anywhere from, as low as $5 to say $20 on average.
And we're at your local GameStop or
It's
disc replay or something like that.
So finding Wii U games out in the wild is getting harder and harder.
Now this was a pretty short run as far as systems go.
Yeah, so the Wii U started out in 2012, and so it came out immediately after the Wii.
But shortly after, for sure, right?
So
I had the original Wii.
Yeah, so the Wii ended, I believe, 2011, and then so the Wii U was the next greatest video game system that was an absolute failure. So if you're familiar with Nintendo's other failure,
what is
Virtual Boy?
Don't they have kind of like an every other system is good, and the next one after? Because remember, N64 was kind of just a quick move to the next system right after, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but consistently, the adoption rate for Nintendo systems has been pretty good. They're not going to...
By that you mean people buying the system?
Yes, correct. So I believe the Nintendo Switch is their most successful system.
You think so?
Yeah, and it's an incredible system, but my heart is with Wii U.
All right. Well, without getting too crazy, let's, I guess, move into what you were talking about before I cut you off and went for the backstory.
That's all right. That's all right, Dank.
I just wanted to get a little something.
Yeah, so worldwide, I just want to throw this out if I didn't throw that out. Worldwide, there was only roughly 13 million Wii U's released.
That's not many, right?
That is not many, compared to, and I don't know if we can fact check this, but I
do
think...
have a fact check guy here. Andy?
Is Andy here?
Andy?
That's okay.
I'm sorry, Andy?
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Andy?
Andy's been cut for time.
Time constraints. No, we were just wondering, what were you... did you want him to look up?
I think, the Wii U, I think there was only less than 13 million worldwide ever sold. And then obviously the successor, the Nintendo Switch, is just hitting it out of the ballpark.
That's still pretty early, isn't it, on the Switch? Or
It's
no?
actually the Switch. It's sunsetting.
Oh, is it?
So
okay.
this is
that's how far out I am.
Yeah, I mean the Switch came out in 2017.
So yeah, that's a while.
Yeah. So Andy, fact checker Andy.
What do we got? 13?
We got a correction here. 13.56 million.
That's pretty accurate.
It's a pretty, and that's
but now
worldwide.
by comparison, what did the NES sell? Can you look
God.
at what the NES just to compare it? Because like 13 million seems like it could be a lot or it could be a little bit. I don't know.
I agree, but I mean the original NES. I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
I know the number's going to be huge.
It's going to be
60 million.
60 million.
See, that seems like it would have been higher compared. Yeah. All right. Anyway,
so I'll wrap up the background story. You know, the Wii U, even though it wasn't successful, I think it's just a brilliant system and just a lot of fun. And I was thinking about starting out, Dank, if that's okay, starting out with like 5 must-own Wii U games.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
what was Mario Kart 8 the starter?
Yeah, so Mario Kart 8.
That's such a great game.
How much time do we have? I mean,
I think we got about 2.5 days still.
Okay. So anyway, so Mario Kart 8, I believe it came out for the Wii U in 2014. So as you can, I mean, this game is fabulous. I'm gonna open up the case if that's cool.
Yeah.
So
whatever you gotta do, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got the.
We're here to see the goods.
This would be, it's an open game. If I can get Wii U games sealed, I try for that, Dan. From a collector standpoint, because collectors are weird. You want stuff in supreme condition.
Oh yeah.
But
you got everyone in between.
Yeah, it's
people will just take an acceptable copy too.
Yeah. So when we got the Wii U, my kids, Ben and Morgan, holy cow, we just played the heck out of this game.
Yeah.
Like it's just phenomenal. So most people don't know.
So this game is 10 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It's So I'm going to, if we can spend 2 minutes on this, it's 10 years old. But most people don't know that this originated on the Wii U. Most people think, oh, that just debuted on the Switch.
Like how recently, a couple of years ago?
A couple of years ago. But yeah, and they added tracks and all that. But but they, to this day, if I pop it in, you can play online. You can play with anybody across the world online.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But the sad thing is, I gotta say this, on April 8th, all the online servers are shutting down. So, I mean...
this year?
Of this year.
Oh,
so,
on the Wii U?
On the Wii U, they're shutting down.
It's the same thing they did with the Wii, where the cutoff point. Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of a sad day. So I'm gonna play the heck out of the Wii U for my online games. I'm gonna play it until the curtain closes.
Well, wouldn't you think if there's enough popularity left over that somebody would come up with some way to play with other people?
Sure, I
down the road.
Down
maybe?
the road, yeah. You never say never, but officially Nintendo will. Nintendo's no longer
they're pulling out.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. But I mean, respect to Nintendo for keeping the online servers on this long.
Yeah,
a failed system.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's a lot of love coming from Nintendo
for sure.
But yeah, it's 10 years old. Everybody loves this game. This is a must-have for the Wii U.
All right. That is a must-have. Okay.
That is a must-have.
Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. And
must-have.
And everybody who owns a Switch, today you can download Mario Kart 8. You can buy it at your local retailer.
What about Bob Bardash Video?
Bob Bardash. Spent all my hard-earned money at the video store.
You might have been his best customer for better part of a decade.
Yeah. So this is fun with family, anybody.
Let's see.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
no
Dink. So Nintendo Land, it's just a fun system of, it has a bunch of mini games on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you want me to open it up, or I can go on the back cover.
Yeah, I can zoom in on that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I have no idea what this is worth today, but I bought it for, you can see that like what was that?
$4.93, $4.95.
Yeah. But it has a bunch of fun little mini games.
Let's see I'll throw it up there real quick. What do we got here? We've got, it looks like almost like those all-in-ones.
Yeah.
But like themed towards actual Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, like you can play Link on one of those mini games. It's just a fun game to have.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone, would you say?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And you know, that's all I really got to say about Nintendo Land. Just a fun game and a must-have, a must-own.
All right. What kind of value are you putting on the first two that came through here so far?
So very affordable. So if we talk again once about Mario Kart 8, if you bought that on the Wii U, I would guess that's $15-$20 used.
Sounds reasonable.
This, I'm guessing, I don't have my price checker handy. I don't know if you can look up. I still think you can get that in the $10 territory. So we're not talking out of reach.
No, we're talking. We're at affordable prices.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, for most.
So it's the two of the best.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got another one. Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. I've never heard of that.
So this is fun. This takes you back to 8-bit. It's 8-bit design on purpose. So it's a retro throwback. Feel this one. This will be the heaviest Wii U game you have because
that is heavy.
Yeah, you got like a full booklet. I mean, they went all out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's like an entire Cliff Notes right there.
So none of the other Wii U games have actual booklets. Like it's just like an insert sheet.
Yeah, and then go look online if you need any real help or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
See, I'm a fan of the whole package, from back in the day.
The other thing I gotta tell you, I never did it, but it comes with a like a full music album you can download. So music for the game.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So
I remember that would have been awesome.
So check this out.
Some of the 8-bit games. I wish I had the soundtrack back in the day.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So just get a quick shot of that. Like I never downloaded the music, but I could get a complete download.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, someone's gonna get it. No, that's all right. I don't care.
Promo code used.
It's gone.
Yeah, don't worry, Eric.
Nobody
watches this crap.
I know. Okay, no.
That would suck if all of a sudden your promo code's gone.
Yeah. You know,
it won't happen.
With the real quick comment before we move on to my favorite game on the Wii U, absolute favorite game. Did you mention DanKsDungeon is on the road? We're on the road show.
I did actually. I didn't remind people to like and subscribe though.
Oh, okay. Let's take a moment for that.
All right. Should we take a word from our sponsor?
Yeah. Chaz,
Chuck Beck Piano Services
Piano
Indicator
is sponsoring.
Would like to come and service your piano. Call him at 555-5555.
All right.
He does have a real phone number if anybody's actually interested in piano services.
Yeah. So anyways, moving on. This is another surprise. I'm going to lay it down. You ready?
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's a Zelda. A Zelda.
Okay. Everybody's familiar with this,
Breath
right?
of the Wild, huh?
Yeah. So, I would say it's not well known that Breath of the Wild was released simultaneously on the Wii U. So, the last day of the Wii U...
I remember that, yeah.
So
I do, because I don't know why, but I remember I must have been watching something and they were talking about it.
Yeah. So simultaneously, it was a sunset game, the last game produced for the Wii U. It was kind of a swan song.
What year was this?
This was 2017. It was actually March.
So right when they made the Wii, so was it like the first game for the Switch or something too?
Absolutely. So we had it was so awesome. Like, I mean, again, respect to Nintendo. Like they they're like, okay, well, we don't want to leave the Wii U owners hanging, right? And then have to spend $300.
Yeah, no, they could have done that.
They could have.
And the people would have been angry.
Absolutely,
but they still would have
yeah.
bought, like, they would have been groveling their way to, like, the stores to buy it.
Yeah. So, man, you know, I just love playing this on the Wii U. And, of course, I can get this for the Switch. And it's arguable that the Switch version is the better version as far as like frame rate and yada yada yada.
It would make sense considering it's the bigger system.
Yeah. So you know this is a little sluggish on the Wii U, but it doesn't bother me. So we're talking like maybe 40 frames per second.
But is the Switch retroactive where you can go back to like or whatever they call it, where you can go back to games?
Unfortunately,
previous games or previous systems. I mean,
that's a great question to ask. So the Switch. They went back to, so they went from, Wii U was CD based, obviously.
What's the Switch going on?
The Switch is, it's back to cartridge based, but micro,
okay.
It looks like a Game Boy.
Like a DS size?
Yeah,
game?
a DS size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always like the cartridges better.
Yeah. Incidentally, as time goes on, what you got to be careful about, people don't know this, but with CDs, any kind of, you know, CDs actually, you can get like CD rot. So eventually, like
rot.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Eventually, over time,
like the plastic breaks down.
I hope to God this never happens on any of my games, but you know, as they get older, kind of like the gum or bummer, right?
Yeah.
With Garbage Pail Kids, where the gum ruins the card, but if you're in like a super luckily, where I live,
humid area.
Humid will make this bubble up.
Yeah, that makes sense. But will it prevent the game from working though? We're not talking about that.
It could eventually, but we're talking like a situation 15, 20 years from now.
Gotcha.
It's just something to watch out for. You know, like make sure like your video game collection, CD collection, you just want to put it in a nice, cool, dark, if you can, environment to preserve the games.
So, like, keeping it, like, in the backseat of a van during the summer, per se, like, wouldn't be a great storage place?
Probably not a good choice, no.
Right. Okay.
But, I mean, Dan, guess how many hours I spent on... I'm sorry, Dank.
My name is Dan, but... Yeah. Either way,
okay.
I think everyone kind of knows.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call you Dan because that's what I've always called you.
Yeah, you don't feel the need to call me Dank.
Okay.
We're all friends here.
Okay.
Call me Dan.
Yeah. All right, Dan. So, guess how many hours I put into this game?
I'm gonna go with 40.
Multiply that by 3.
120?
Yeah, this is
like were these necessary hours? Or
no,
like you went all the way.
Like I went all the way. I did.
That's what a game's made for.
The only thing that I didn't complete is like you got to collect Korok seeds. There's like 999 Korok seeds that you got to. I gave up on that.
I remember doing the N64 one with all the Scatula tokens or whatever the heck they were.
Can I mention something? I just noticed this.
What's that?
I believe this is an error where it tells you what... I think this copy I have is an error because it mistakenly tells you what controllers you can use. I forget what the story is, but there's
an error copy.
It's an error copy, so to speak. I'm trying to... I think it's one of these where it won't... I always just use the Wii U big controller, but I think...
Like one of them doesn't apply.
One of them, I think it's this
doesn't
one.
work.
Doesn't work. It's
so
incorrect.
How pissed would you be if you bought the game?
Yeah, not a big deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then finally the fifth one. This goes back to the NES. This it's DuckTales remastered.
Oh wow! So we're talking NES classics here.
Yes. So this is a complete remake of the NES classic.
Wow.
Of Disney DuckTale. Yeah.
Do you have anything on the back that we can look at?
You know,
because
I'm glad
I just want to see
up.
what the graphics and everything look like.
Sure. Yeah. Remind me about the receipt I got in there.
Whoa. That's I got it way backed up.
Is it coming in?
Yeah. So so it's not the same graphics.
Oh, it's updated graphics.
It's just like is it a bigger, more adventurous version of the first one or something?
No, it's exactly the same. You know,
Okay.
same, platformer, exact same levels. Just graphics and sound are improved.
I remember having a lot of fun playing original DuckTales.
Yeah. Oh, with Mr. Screw,
Yeah.
pogo stick.
sticking around.
Yeah. So, Dan, what I forgot to tell you on the other games, whenever, and in fact, on the next one, remind me about Mighty number 9, the 5 crappiest games I had. So just to, as time goes on, I wanted to just keep track of where I bought these games, when,
that's
the
cool.
date. It's just something I do. I just want to know where I bought it. So what? I bought that about $6.
Wait, $8 did that say?
Yeah.
$8.99?
I got
seems
that
like
on-
a good deal.
Fact checker, price checker Andy. Sorry to keep you busy. Could you look up? Not that, and guys, I don't care about the value of these games. I'm just curious. Like.
It's good to know, like, because
yeah.
somebody's interested. Like right now, you're at like what? Well, Zelda's probably what's Zelda run?
$30.
So you're like
Yeah.
looking at like $60-$70 to be into all these games so far, which is totally reasonable.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
While price checker Andy's looking up DuckTales, I just wanted to quickly say there are a few out there that are just insanely priced. But
For DuckTales?
for Wii U games, there are a few titles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you mind if I just quickly mention some of these, like, just hard to get, super expensive games?
I say go for it.
Okay. So the number one, and people that are watching, they're probably saying it out loud at home right now. Devil's Third. Devil's Third is yeah. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty over there.
Quiet on the set, please.
Yes, quiet on the set.
All right. So wait, what were you saying? Devil's Third, was it?
Devil's Third is probably the hardest game to get a hold of. I've never seen it out in the wild.
Like, in the wild, you mean GameStop, disc replay, garage sale?
Right, and Goodwill, etc. Never seen it out in the wild. You probably never will.
If you've seen it, if you see it in the wild, it's probably been out there for 5 minutes, and you're the first guy that came upon it.
Yeah,
Type of deal.
And I gotta mention the fun games, the popular games on the Wii U. They're all affordable. So, like, if you're thinking about picking up a Wii U, trying it out, you're okay. Your expenses are minimal because all the popular games are reasonably priced. Let's say $20-$30 on average, but usually it's the crappiest games for the system.
Yeah,
they're the most expensive.
Nobody wanted them, so they didn't print any.
Right.
Really.
So I got another one I'll throw out. Wii Party U. That's a ridiculously expensive game.
Wii Party U.
Yeah, it's. If you find that out and find that in the wild, you'd be lucky to get that. So yeah, that's about it. I mean,
Is there a Metroid for the Wii U?
there is not.
That's
no.
strange, isn't it? Or does
Yeah.
Metro kind of like fall out of favor? Metroid
No,
over the years.
I'm glad you brought that up. They're coming up for the Nintendo Switch 2. They don't have an official name for the new system. But it's rumored that Metroid Prime 4 will be the debut game for the new. So that
would be cool.
That's where it comes into play, Dan, where you said, like, okay, every other system is maybe better than the other. If you never bought a Switch, I would say go with the Switch 2 that's coming up and pick up that Metroid game. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely awesome.
But they'll probably make one for the Switch too, right?
They will not.
You don't think so? Like, because they did it with Zelda, right?
Well,
they
you got a
ended
point. Maybe.
Or maybe they won't be as cool the second time around.
Who
they? Knows?
Dan, that's interesting. Like, would they throw Switch players a bone? Like, hey, like
maybe.
what you're like with Zelda, right? Like, okay, that's interesting. Okay, would they, when they sunset end the Switch coming up, would they do it like Breath of the Wild, where that's the last title for the Switch, and then they also offer it for Switch. That's interesting.
You know what I was thinking actually just now is like they probably do that on. It's probably a good move for them because it makes it so they don't have so many orders for the brand new one that they can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Well, they're also appeasing like the guys that are not going to be able to afford the new system yet.
Yeah.
They're still allowing them to have a great time with the new game for like $50-$60. And you know that those people are eventually going to come over and buy the new system. Maybe it's a year out or something like that.
I think Nintendo.
I think it keeps money in their pockets from all customers.
I think Nintendo should listen to you.
Well, that's probably what they were thinking when they did the Zelda thing.
So, all right, Dan, let's make a deal here. Could I get invited back if that happens? I would love to cover that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Next time, every 2 years, right?
Yeah.
We'll be back in Decatur, so that should be right around time.
So I don't know if we still have time, but I wanted to talk about like 5 examples of absolutely terrible Wii U games, but actually hold some value. Actually, they all hold a little value.
Yeah. Yeah, we got time. We have time.
Good. All right. So I want to let me know if you got that on camera.
What do we got? Mighty number 9.
Yeah. So we were talking about this before the show. This is a terrible ripoff of Mega Man.
It looks like a bad ripoff. I mean, that's what it looks like.
Exactly. I want to talk about that receipt in a second, okay?
Man, I'm bad at the close-ups.
Yeah, but you notice it's sealed, right? So if I get
definitely looks sealed.
If I get them sealed, I keep them sealed.
Yeah, of course. Especially if the game. Stinks like you said.
I would never play this game ever. So
have you seen a review on the YouTube or anything?
Fact check.
Basically, I'm saying what makes you so sure that the game's terrible.
Okay. Could we get fact checker Andy on this?
Okay.
We didn't talk about the price of DuckTales, by the way, but I'm guessing it's 20
to 30.
20 to 30. Okay. And I picked it up for $8. So you can get some deals. You don't have to pay like full value.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so when you're talking NES, a sealed game is astronomically priced.
God, it's ridiculous.
Now, what's the difference in most titles? Since this is an affordable collection that you can start making, like what would a $20 game be sealed versus like it's $20, not sealed. What is it sealed generally?
Okay, so I would, are you asking like, okay, is it double? Like how much of a premium?
How many X's are in there?
You know what? Could we look up Devil's? I'm sorry, Andy, I'm keeping you busy.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, it's my number 9 Wii U. Could we look up Devil's Third? That would be the ultimate tale.
You're that price you're throwing out of what, $200 to $300 right now?
Yeah,
is for non-sealed.
Non-sealed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that sealed's got to be pushing over 1,000 probably.
So no.
Several thousand.
My guess is just $100 more sealed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
I'm sorry.
What game?
Devil's Third Wii U.
Okay.
Yeah. So why would you not get it sealed for a mere $100 more?
So price checker Andy, he told me this is valued at $15 sealed.
Sealed? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Could I just tell you a quick story? Again, I like keeping the receipts of, where
That's a Toys R Us deal right there.
Well, think about that, okay? I'm not kidding, Dan. I was at Toys R Us, like me and the kids, Susie were just, I was like, oh, this is the last day of Toys R Us being open in our town, right?
Did they have the song playing like 24 hours a day since it was the last day?
I'm a Toys R Us. Hey, you know what? I got some Jeffrey dollars upstairs. I'll give them to
I don't know if those are usable anymore.
Yeah. But anyways, I happened to be at Toys R Us on the last day that they were closing, and I just thought it was fit. I got, what did I get? Like 70% off on this or something?
Yeah, it looks like you paid $480 after, $5 even with tax? No, $480 with tax.
Yeah. So I handed cash, I'm sure. Like I gave him a 20 cents back. It doesn't matter. But I just thought it was totally cool. I was there as the doors were closing on Toys R Us.
And they said, I'm sorry, Eric, but you have to go now.
All right, I get the hint, Dan. Okay. I may not get invited back, folks. It was fun.
No,
all right, thank you, goodbye.
All right, well, I guess that was Eric. No, we're kidding.
All right. I have another sealed game. We're going to bring in... Now, I don't know if this is... I assume it's terrible.
So you don't have any... It looks pretty bad. Again, it looks bad.
Could we get... I'm sorry, I got Price Checker Andy doing like 10 million things over here. So can we talk about that Devil's Third first before... Could we get...
$300 game.
Sealed?
Yeah.
Okay, what was unsealed?
$250 to $3.
So
That's
you got,
wild.
so you got a
That's
$50.
crazy. Yeah, like.
Are you? Yeah.
So there must be a lot of sealed ones still there, then.
Yeah,
because
but
otherwise it'd be an astronomical price.
so if I ever was able to get a hold of Devil's Third, I would go for the sealed. But I guess I would settle for a complete. You know the term complete in box CIB. So in
Yeah.
other words.
Well, that's what all these are, right?
That's all I go.
CIBs.
So let's talk about that with collecting with the Wii U. I refuse to just get a disc only because it's such a pain to track down. It's such a pain to track.
You spend a lot more money in the end.
Yeah, like
putting two together. Yeah.
Yeah, like don't you sell on DanKsDungeon like? Do you sell any empty boxes of NES or?
I had one. I don't know if I still have it. Like I think it was. Some Zelda. What's the one that was for the regular Wii back in the day?
Oh, for regular Wii, it was oh god,
Whichever one that one is.
Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Is it Skyward Sword?
I think so.
Came out.
I'm not 100%, but
okay.
yeah, I had the whole game at one point. Don't know where the disc is, but I still have the case and the manual. I think I did sell it actually for like $12 or something.
Yeah, there is demand. If any of you at home just have booklets of games, or just empty boxes, they're worth money. Do not throw those out. I mean, you can sell them. Maybe not for a huge dollar amount, but. Are you got any loose booklets that you're selling at DanKsDungeon?
I think I sold out of all of them.
People want them. There's demand.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So anyways,
some of the books are worth more than the game itself.
Yeah. So Planes, I luckily have it sealed. If memory serves, obviously I don't have the receipt on it, but I think I picked it up for like $20. Price Checker Andy is.
I think it's a lot less than that.
Oh my God, I'm losing out.
He's losing money, folks.
That's okay.
Well, the one that's next up, really,
let's talk about
it's getting worse. Dude.
This is getting worse. Oh, and Dan, it gets worse. I'm gonna give you the 5 crappiest Wii U games. I promised that today, right?
You did.
Okay. You think we're gonna pop that in and go working out? Are we gonna?
I don't think so.
No,
it doesn't look like fun, really, at all.
So,
What's the price tag on that baby?
Your Shade Fitness Evolve, $5.99. I bought that in Morris, Illinois. July.
And as soon as you left, the guy was like, "You're not gonna believe this.
we actually
sold it.
We actually sold it." So that is the life of a collector, right, Dan? You gotta have the good games, you gotta have the bad games.
Yeah, if you want to go complete.
Yeah, and I don't know if forgive me if I meant I'm going for that complete set of 168.
We're at 110 now.
110. You
still got a ways to go.
I know.
What do you think per year can you add to this collection?
So if we're just doing casual. I'm a casual pace, right? And I'm trying to find them out in the wild versus ordering. It's less fun to order them online.
Yeah,
so
you go on the hunt.
I go on the hunt, and if I get lucky, I'll pick it up. So I mean, there is no end game to this, but picking up the final 58 is a lot harder than picking up the first.
Oh yeah,
the first 100.
The first 100 and whatever, it's anything goes.
Yeah. So Dan, I've never played this, but you're going to have to take my word for it. This is probably the worst game ever made in history. So it's
Well, it starts off saying 30 great games.
yeah, 30.
Which is usually a bad sign.
It's more like 30 wretched games. But yeah, so like I said, I always try to get a complete,
What's that say underneath?
Here?
Obstacle arcade or something?
Yeah. So yeah, I will never play this. Ever.
It's not doing it for you, huh?
Yeah. So remember that thick book, the booklet on Shovel Knight? Look at these. These are just paper thin. They didn't really create good booklets for the Wii U. And finally, Dan, thanks for your patience. This is representative of... There are several versions of this on Wii U. Just Dance. So this is representative. By the way, the last one, Just Dance 2019, that's the most expensive one of the Just Dance.
Is that game any good?
I would assume it's terrible.
So it's like you've seen one, you've seen them all?
Yeah, pretty much. And it just happens to be, fact checker Andy, can you see if it Just Dance 2019? I hope, can you look that up for Wii U?
Right away.
Yeah, I'm bossing everybody around. I'll never get invited back to this show. Whatever. But, you guys have been awesome. You can tell I probably have I just have a lot of passion. It's not about the money.
He's got passion is what I was going to say, yeah. He's got passion.
So thank you. Thank you for letting me show you a little bit of my collection here and, just talking about the Wii U. Like I said.
Well, we appreciate you coming by.
Thank you. I just hope some people see this video and they're like, hey, the Wii U, I'm interested. I'm going to, you should check it out.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dan.
I've got one final question before we exit.
Sure.
And I'm going to say, well, after watching this, many newcomers would probably consider you to be their favorite Wii U collector. Run us through one or two of your idols.
I seriously doubt anybody would be like, oh, wow, this guy is awesome.
You don't think so? At least one guy.
Okay.
I'm probably like, EzE's my guy.
Okay, who inspired me to do this?
Yes.
I don't know. I just called you up, Dan, one random night. I'm like, I can do this. I'm going to collect for the Wii U because it's a finite amount, 168 games. But YouTubers,
it's something doable.
Yeah.
For the average guy that doesn't have a bunch of time to spend
or money.
Yeah.
I would say Metal Jesus. He's a video game YouTuber out there.
I think I've actually heard. Yeah, I've heard of him.
He probably inspired, kind of got me going. Like, okay, I can do this, right? And then there's another guy out there, awesome guy, the immortal John Hancock.
So, all right, John Hancock, Metal Jesus.
Yeah, and then
That sounds like one guy opening for another in a rock concert or something like that.
And I can't and other inspiration. And these guys are way better. They're pros, but I just enjoy doing this show with you. I'll finally just say the guys at Gaming Off the Grid, they cover Wii U consistently. So. I'd say, okay, after you watch this horrible video, go watch the pros. Those guys are the best.
So you're saying if this video gets the juices flowing, go check out one of those guys.
Yeah. By the way, this road show, I hope we get you to 100 subscribers. Where are you at, Dan?
I think we're at 90, 91.
Okay, so that could happen this weekend.
That could happen. Right
Guys,
now, are we already at 100 subscribers, Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck.
Just lie to us and tell us a number. 220 and rise.
All right. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Wait, were you going to mention that at all?
Oh, I got a special. Yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
He's got a special treat on the way out for us.
So
all right, cool.
I got this as a bonus for subscribing to Nintendo Power.
What year?
This is 1991.
91.
Wait, fact checker Andy, double check that.
You would have been
13,
a young sprat at the time, 13.
Yeah, but
and
you as well.
That probably lit your face up when that showed up.
Yeah, and I was in, I believe I was in 7th grade, and you guys were staying overnight. We had the Nintendo running all night. You know, the entire time
Oh,
since
yeah.
you guys showed up at
Oh,
my
yeah.
basement.
I remember that.
And then I remember you like fell asleep 3 a.m. and you were just screaming, "No more Nintendo, no more Nintendo." So
That doesn't sound like me.
but no, this is just a cool, Dan. I don't know if you can get up there or not, but it's just a cool. Maybe show the back. Like it's just a cool.
Oh yeah, I remember,
remember
this
this?
magazine.
Yeah. So it's a cool guide to like the 8-bit era of NES games.
And it had all the classics too.
Yeah.
Like your what do we got? Mega Man, Metroid. You got your Link. You've got your Super Mario Brothers 3. You got your Star Tropics.
Yeah,
Star Tropics.
Did you play Star Tropics 2?
Ninja Gaiden, DuckTales.
Okay.
We got a lot. Simon's Quest,
So-
probably 1 and 2, or Castlevania 1 and Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incidentally-
this thing was like a pass or a guide to like victory for a 13-year-old back in
Absolutely.
the 90s.
We didn't have internet, right? And
No.
would you have to call the Nintendo hotline if you got stuck? It was like,
I got scammed into that one a couple times.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm sure that was cheap.
so I just wrap it up here. I'm enjoying the roadshow, Dan, and you know we'll do this again soon. And I hope you get 100 subscribers hit 100 this weekend.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, and thanks for showing up. And it's not easy to just whip out 41 minutes worth of content, but you pretty much did it, Eric.
All right.
All I did was say some words once in a while.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
All right.
and thank you for coming. Let's call it a wrap, but before we do, make sure you guys like, subscribe, visit me at DanKsDungeon on ebay.com. And, let me shout out to Andy O. Wait, what?
Chuck on Tech.
Oh,
We
and
had some
Chuck
technical
on
difficulties.
Tech. And Andy, you want to pop in real quick
Yeah.
and do a little something for just like a 10-second, 20-second?
If you want to find some really fun, interesting things, go to the Beat 45 on eBay for all your
collectible needs. All right, that's the Beat 45. And thanks, guys. We will see you one of these days. Peace.